Përshëndetje, sot në studion e Agjencisë Telegrafike Shqiptare kemi të ftuar drejtorin e Bankës Europiane për Rindërtim dhe Zhvillim në Shqipëri, zotin Matteo Colangeli, me të cilin do diskutojmë mbi zhvillimin ekonomik të Shqipërisë dhe sektorët me potenciale më të lartë. Mr. Colangeli, welcome. How do you assess Albania economic performance and what are the expectations for 2019?
The performance of the economy continues to be robust, which continues to be one of the best in the Western Balkans region. Having said that, I think work still needs to be done in terms of improving the quality of this growth, in terms of diversification, so broadening the array of sectors of the economy which contribute to the growth, and also in terms of inclusiveness, in terms of having a broader spectrum of regions in the country and social groups in the country that participate in this economic growth.
Do opposition protests affect foreign investors and business climate in Albania?
I do not wish to comment on the political situation, but what I can say is that for investors, not only foreign investors, but also local investors, what matters is stability and consistency in the policies and the regulations that impact the business climate in the country. In the case of Albania in particular, I think it is important to maintain focus on the reforms which the country needs to continue its path towards EU approximation.
Where is the EBRD support in Albania mainly being provided, and how it is supporting the private sector?
We support the private sectors in many different ways. For starters, we finance the infrastructure, the energy and transport connections which business needs to grow. We also provide loans and equity to businesses directly, and also using local banks and investment funds as intermediaries. Beyond the money, we support Albanian SMEs with an advisory program which helps them grow in terms of skills and know-how. I would also say on a broader level, we work with the government and all the stakeholders in the Albanian economy to improve business climate in the country through initiatives like the Investment Council, which is a platform for dialogue between government and business community, which we support, and also through providing technical assistance to the newly created Ministry for the Protection of Entrepreneurship.
From your point of view, what are the opportunities for more development in Albania, taking into account its position geographic?
Albania has a favorable geographic position, and I think should try to leverage it to play a greater role in global value chains, in manufacturing. Of course, this will entail improving infrastructure so that investors can come to produce in this country, and also improving the business climate to attract more foreign direct investment outside the field of natural resources, which has been where most investors have been concentrated in recent years.
And which are the sectors that Albania needs to develop in concrete terms?
I think Albania has a great potential in many sectors, but I would like to mention three in particular. First of all, tourism. We have an important program with the European Union, which we are starting to implement to strengthen the competitiveness of tourism in Albania. It's a large package of investments, 100 million euro, which will go for infrastructure enabling tourism, for the rehabilitation of key cultural heritage sites, and also to provide finance and skills to the SMEs that work in this sector. Secondly, I would mention agribusiness. Again, here we have an important partnership with the government of Albania through the National Guarantee Fund. We work with local banks and microfinance institutions to improve access to finance for this very important sector of the Albanian economy. Thirdly, I would say the solar power segment is very promising in Albania. We see a lot of investors' interest, and we are also supporting the Ministry of Energy Infrastructure in developing this sector in accordance to best international standards. At the residential level, we are also working with the EU through credit lines supported by EU grants that are available for Albanian households that want to invest in their homes in solar power solutions as well as other energy efficiency technologies.
And which are the EBRD projects actually implementing in Albania so far, and as well as the projects which are already underway aiming at providing support for regional integration?
Last year we financed the TAP project, which for us was very important financing. €1 billion was the EBRD syndicated loan for this project, which really puts Albania on the regional energy map. In the transport sector, we are working with Albanian Railways on the implementation of the very important Durrës-Tirana-Rines railway project, which we hope the company will start implementing already from this year. In terms of new projects, we will continue investing in the rehabilitation of the road network in Albania, and this year we are targeting to close a financing for the upgrade of two important segments of coastal roads, the one from Vlore to Oricum and the one from Shëngjin to Velipoje. I think EU approximation remains the anchor for reforms in Albania and the development path that the country should pursue. Many deep reforms will be needed in order for Albania to continue progressing on this path. I would mention in particular, which I think are very important for the business community, is the full implementation of the justice reform.
Mr. Colangeli, I want to thank you for the interview.
Thank you.